Hi folks, in this next video I'm going to be sharing with you a few different techniques on how to improve your horse's go button. The first one that I'm going to demonstrate here is one that probably most of you are familiar with, which is the smile, smile with all four cheeks, squeeze with your legs, spank yourself, then your horse. Those would be the four phases that you'd go through. The thing I want to add to that may be a little bit new for some of you is to, once your horse does get going, don't go ahead and go a long ways. Go ahead and stop them right away and go through the phases again. This gives you more time to practice getting them to go, and it creates more opportunities for you to practice asking them to go forward. But also, it gets the horse to go, hey, wait a minute, I was going forward when you go ahead and stop them. So it kind of uses reverse psychology for those more introverted horses that aren't really thinking forward so much. The second technique that I use is in the reinforcing stage, and this is where you go long phase 1 and then quickly to phase 4. So you're going to bring your life up in your body, smile with all four cheeks, but really you still want to use a little bit of leg cue just so that is consistent through the whole process. And then you're going to go straight to phase 4 and touch your horse on the butt with your Makati rein. This is a good technique to help get that responsiveness. It's not about getting them to go somewhere or maintain gait. This is just about isolating your forward cue and getting the horse to move forward willingly. And what I'm asking the horse to do here is go from a halt to a trot. I think this is a great place to start for a lot of horses that are in level 2 and 3. So that's where I would encourage you to start with it. And the secret here is you don't release just because the horse got into a trot if you had to go to phase 4. The game is only the way the horse wins this game is when he goes forward into a trot from a halt just at phase 1, like my horse did just then. Once you've kind of been through that exercise and you've got your responsiveness better, the second thing, or the last thing to do, is more in the refining stage. And this is where your horse already has the go button there, but you're wanting to help build a little more impulsion. One simple technique is to go in straight lines, just where you ride to a point, stop and rest. But another thing you can do to help kind of bring their life up is lots of transitions, and I think this is one of the things that's really underutilized. And so what I'm going to do here is do transitions within a gait. So I was asking him to walk slow, then walk fast, walk slow, then walk fast. Here I'm going to start asking him to trot fast and trot slow. And I want to be extreme on both ends of that, meaning I want to push the trot as fast as he can go to almost where he's going to break to a canter, and even have him break to a canter at times, and then stretch him on the other extreme and go, how slow can I get him to trot? So like there he went a little, I was pushing the trot out a little bit, and then he went to a canter, and then bring him back and slow him down. There's going to be some variation in this, depending if your horse is more extroverted, more introverted. If you have a horse that's more extroverted, you may want to spend a little more time trotting fast before you ask him to trot slow. If you have a horse that's more introverted, you may want to spend a little more time trotting slow and then speed him up and then slow him down, speed him up, slow him down, and do more frequent transitions. That's going to help motivate them to want to go. And the other thing you can look at while you're doing this is releasing towards the goal of different things. For the horse that I'm riding here, he really doesn't have a lot of go, and so it's going to make a difference for him to work on more transitions and release when he's willingly goes forward. Like him, whenever I'd ask him to go forward, he would swish his tail a little bit. And so with him, I might release when he finally gives me a transition forward with little to no tail swishing, and that willingness to move forward is there. Or you can release on the horse kind of having a little more life in their step. When you bring them down to that shorter stride, it helps give them a little more engagement, a little more suspension, and you could just release on some of those things. So have fun playing with that, and good luck.